Hi everyone, so I am back today with the design team project for the old design shop. I'm using parts of 5 different kits, I think it's 5, to make these 3 grungy butterfly tags. I will link each one below, and I do believe there is a 50% discount over on the Etsy shop at the moment. So these little acrylic tag templates I'm using. If you don't have them, you can just cut tags from die cuts, or you can make your own with acetate. So I'm cutting out, I already cut out one, so I'm now cutting out 2 more of the smaller ones to make my double layered butterfly tags, and then we're just going to cut them out. So now I'm going to do the larger ones, and again, you can cut them to whatever size that you like if you're playing along here. These papers, I think they're called rustic something or other. Rustic baroque, I think, grungy rustic baroque. But like I said, I will link them below. And here I did actually print 2 different ones to 1 page, just for the variety, to have as the backgrounds of my tags, and just obviously trimming these out. So now I'm just going to back these onto some coffee dyed paper, and that's them done, just like that. Inking up around the edge, that's just a personal preference. I am going to do some stitching as well, but I do like to ink up around the edge. It's just, like I said, personal preference. You do you. These ones I didn't back because I don't want my tags to be like too thick, because they will be going into a journal. So that's them all done, and now I'm just going to cut out a couple of bits and pieces from the kits. So I'd already cut one of them out, so I'm looking for another one. It's too many to choose from. I love labels. I'm really getting into the slightly grungy, not like super grungy journals, but I do like a little bit of grunginess. So yeah, here we are cutting out the butterflies, and I'm just going to trim all around the edges of these. These pieces are already cut out, so I think I'm going to use them 3, and again just inking up. So now to kind of put them all together. So I was just deciding on which ones will go on top of the larger ones, and that's how I'm going to do it. So I do like to sometimes just play around and see like what goes best before I actually start sticking things down, in case I can make a boo-boo. And I like the look of that, so I went with that. So I'll just set that to the side for a moment. And then here, I wanted to see that kind of full eyelet on there. That's what it looks like to me, a full eyelet. So I'm just going to glue the tag on top of the main tag. And as you see, I was kind of putting them just like off center and then just gluing that so we can stick it on. And obviously that's going to wrap around the tag. Just inking up around there and then on with the butterfly. Now onto the third one. I love that kind of greeny colour. Such a lovely, you can go with like grungy, you can go with shabby with that as well. But obviously today we're going grungy. And we're putting that to the side. And the butterfly. See how quick and easy it is, like when you've kind of got all this stuff to hand. Kind of liking the look of that, so that is how it went. And if you noticed with the last two layers that I put on, I don't kind of stick them right down straight away, just in case I kind of need to move things around. And it's hard to see when I've got the camera like right above me whether things are straight or not, so that's what I like to do. So off I go and do the stitching, and then just trimming off the little bits. They could be kept if you like them, but I didn't want them on there, not today. Out with the hole puncher and just punching the holes in all three, and then I'm just going to use some eyelets. They're 4mm eyelets for the crocodile. And I did say crocodile. For years and years I actually thought it was called a crocodile like in my early years of crafting. And I remember going to look it up and it was like, I can't say nothing, there's no hole punch called a crocodile. But anyway, so just coming out with the string because it looks quite rustic, and just tying it in a little bow. You could use what do you call that stuff, seam binding or ribbons or fabrics, fibres, any of that kind of stuff you can use. So I needed something else, so a little bit of bling. Got to add a little bit of bling. And I don't know what I was thinking, cutting the large pieces like that, because I do actually have to trim them down a little bit. I put 2 of them on and I was like, that is too much. What are you doing, Yvonne? And that's glossy accents that I use. So I think there was like 5 there. They'd have been okay if I was using them on much bigger butterflies, and this is when I decided, no, I only need 3 of them. I only need 3. I mean, looking back on it now, I kind of wish I had put like a little zigzag stitch through that before I glued it down, but that's a lesson learnt. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me the thumbs up. Check out all the links in the description box, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.